Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So those who are following this channel, you know that I have recently posted a couple of videos about study permit and how it could be a good alternate option for you to get your Canada PR. So if you haven't watched those videos, then links are in the description box. So in those videos, I talked about spousal open work permit. So basically, the spousal open work permit is when one of the partners is coming to Canada on a study permit for a study program or on a work permit for a job offer, then the spouse can also apply for a spousal open work permit and accompany his or her partner to Canada and work in Canada anywhere for any company. But recently there have been some changes in the spousal open work permit, and the reason is that earlier there were some serious loopholes in that process which, to be honest, even I wasn't aware of. So in today's video, let's discuss what those loopholes were and now what changes have been implemented. But don't worry, these changes are not going to affect you negatively, especially the people who love to do things ethically, legally, and in a very simple way. But for others, it could pose some challenges. So the first change is that now there can only be one principal foreign national for a family. In short, there can only be one primary applicant for a family. So a principal foreign national means, like suppose if I am coming to Canada on a study permit and based on my study permit, my wife gets a spousal open work permit, then in that case, I am the principal foreign national, that is the primary applicant for a family, that is for me and for my wife. So earlier the loophole was that as soon as my wife gets her spousal open work permit and she starts working in Canada in a skilled job, then I could quit my study program in between, and because my wife has a work permit now and she's working in Canada, then I could make her the primary applicant, and based on her work permit, I could apply for a spousal open work permit for myself. I know it's confusing, but now that's not possible because now there could only be one principal foreign national, and in our example today, I am the principal foreign national. So now I cannot quit my study program in between and based on my wife's open work permit apply for my spousal open work permit. I know it's confusing, and even I am shocked that there was such a loophole before and people were so smart to identify that loophole and make use of it. Also on the same lines, what people were doing earlier was, suppose that I have got an LMIA job offer and now I'm coming to Canada on a closed work permit. Closed work permit because I have got a work permit based on a particular job offer. So I can work only for that company. And now based on my closed work permit, my spouse can apply for a spousal open work permit and accompany me to Canada. Now the issue is that as a primary applicant, as a principal foreign national, I have a closed work permit, which means I have a foundation that I can work only for one company. So now because of the loophole, I could have quit my job as soon as my wife gets an open work permit and she starts working in Canada in a skilled job. So I could have quit my job and make my wife the primary applicant to apply for a spousal open work permit for myself. So now you are getting the point that because of the loophole, I could have converted my closed work permit into an open work permit so that I can work anywhere in Canada for any company. But now again, that won't be possible because now the rule is that there could only be one principal foreign national for a family. And in our example, I am the principal foreign national. So now I cannot just quit my job and make my wife the primary applicant so that I can apply for an open work permit for myself. I know guys, it might be a little confusing, so I will encourage you to rewind and listen to that part of the video again if you want to. Now, the second change is that if you are coming to Canada on a study permit, then your spouse can get a spousal open work permit only if your study program makes you eligible to apply for a postgraduate work permit. So a postgraduate work permit is a work permit that lets you work in Canada full-time after you have completed your study program. So always make sure that you apply for a study program which is eligible for a postgraduate work permit. It will help your spouse to get a spousal open work permit, and it will also let you work in Canada full-time after you have completed your study program. And finally, the third change is that now the Canadian government will be looking at the genuinity of your relationship with your spouse much more seriously. This is to make sure that people are not marrying each other just for the sake of immigration or for getting an open work permit, because there have been such cases lately. So don't be surprised if IRCC is asking for more and more and more documents to prove that your marriage is genuine, to prove that your relationship with your spouse is genuine. So as I said in the beginning of this video, these changes are not going to impact you negatively if you anyways do things ethically and legally. And to be honest, these changes have been implemented just to close on the loopholes that the process had earlier. But however small the changes might be, these were important changes. And to learn more about these changes and the requirements about the spousal open work permit, you can check Canada's official website. I have left the link in the description box below. Now, just to recap what we learned today so that it's easy for you to soak in the information. So the first change is that now there can only be one principal foreign national or only one primary applicant for a family. You can no more simply quit your study program or your job in between and make your spouse the primary applicant to apply for your spousal open work permit. No, you cannot do that now. The second change is that now your spouse can get a spousal open work permit only if your study program is eligible for a postgraduate work permit for yourself. And the third change is that the Canadian government will be asking for more and more documents now to prove that your marriage and your relationship with your spouse is genuine. That's all for today, guys. I hope you found this video helpful, and if so, then please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon. I'll see you in our next video. Till then, take care and stay safe.